When I was about 24 years old, I remember feeling so fit and healthy that the concept of getting old, I thought I was going to be immune from it. Aging or whatever. Somehow I was going to beat the system. And I almost looked at people like it was their fault. Like you see some old lady in the walker or at the hospital or at the doctor's, and there's this, oh, they must not work out, or they probably smoked, or they might have had a bad diet, or whatever it is. And there's this weird sort of belief system that we have now that people's health problems are self-inflicted. You know, you'll see someone who's just been diagnosed with throat cancer or something, and the first question we'll ask is like, did they smoke? In a way to sort of, I don't know, I think maybe we do it so that we feel less afraid that, oh yeah, that won't happen to me because I don't do that thing. But in reality, it's just stuff happens. If you live long enough, something's going to happen to you. But yeah, I think yeah, sort of at my age now, I'm 38. You don't have that belief anymore about sort of being immortal or indestructible, and it kind of creeps up on you. You don't really think about it, and you shouldn't either, because you're spending your whole life worrying about it. That's not there's no point. But I do think that you need to reach a balance between just enjoying your life and letting things happen, things that are inevitable, but then also taking proactive efforts to make the most of it and get the best out of whatever you were given. Especially if you've got a full body autonomy, everything's working well. You really, should make the most of it, because I often think about how many people would pay everything they had to trade places with you. I'm sure there's quite a lot, and you kind of owe it to them even to sort of live your life, your best possible life, and be free from the anxiety associated with those kinds of things, and not living it to the greatest extent. So yeah, I think these they talk about living your best life and going out there and doing all that kind of stuff, and it's always really grandiose kinds of things, like flying over to some random country, go to the casino in Las Vegas, or skydiving off some Red Bull biplane, or something wild. I don't think it needs to be like that. I don't think you have to live a crazy life to live a good life. It's but I do think that you should try and make the most of it, whatever you can. And I understand, like, there's a cost to all of those things, right? Like, there's so many things that I would do differently if I had the money for it. I think we'd all live very different lives if we didn't have to live within a particular budget and live within the constraints of our budget. So you've only got a limited lifespan, so you want to just pick the things that are probably the most rewarding for you. And like I was trying to say in the other video, like, some of the best things that I can remember ever doing were impromptu, well, unplanned, and usually for free. It wasn't a big build up to them, big expectations. And again, like looking through this video now, I usually just fly home as fast as I can so I can go and watch TV. And all the stuff that you miss, you're not paying attention to. That's another practice, another daily practice, is to really appreciate all these kinds of things and see them for what they are. It's actually good to watch the video through and reflect on it. Because like in my head while I'm riding through here, I'm just thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner, what I'm going to watch on telly when I get home. Something interesting I was thinking about was, people, I remember a lot of people used to say, you take your youth for granted, or something along those lines, sort of suggesting that you're not appreciating it at the time. And health, I think, is another one where people will say that. You take your health for granted till you lose it. But I actually think that not thinking about it, not worrying about it, is the ultimate way to appreciate it. Because the alternative is to be worrying about it and actively thinking about it. So yeah, I think the best way to do it is just to live as mindfully as possible. Don't really worry about these kinds of things. Do your best. Do the basics, but don't obsess over it like a lot of the videos I've seen lately about this life extension, health extension kind of stuff that I talked about in another video. They'll get there one day with all of that sort of stuff, but for us now living in 2025, you're better off just accepting things and just enjoying them. Make the most of what you got, whatever that is.